Hi, boys and girls. This is Sally Morse. I'm a district math coach with Henrico County Public Schools. And for today's lesson, we will be exploring the basic fact strategy of doubling for multiplication and division. Our doubling facts include times 2, times 4, and times 8. This strategy is effective for multiplying and dividing by 2, and it can be extended to include multiplying and dividing by 4 and 8. Notice the multiplication chart on this page. The facts that are highlighted in purple allow us to use the doubling strategy, and we can see that we knock out a lot of our facts if we build on our ideas of doubling and on halving. So over the next few slides, I'm going to show you a series of dot images, and I want you to figure out how many dots you see and how you see them. Ready? Let's begin. How many dots? How do you know? There are 6 dots on this page. We can see that 3 plus 3 equals 6, and we can relate the addition double fact here to a multiplication double. We see 2 rows that have 3 in each row. I see 3 and 3 is 6. 3 times 2 is 6. How many dots? How do you know? Here we see a total of 12 dots. If we think about the previous slide, we saw double 3, and we knew double 3 was 6. Now this image has doubled again. So double 3 is 6, and double 6 is 12. This is the same as 3 times 4 is 12, or 4 times 3 is 12. How many dots? How do you know? Here we see 24 dots. This is the same as 3 times 8, or 8 times 3. We started off with double 3, which was 6. Then we doubled 6, which was 12. Now we've doubled 12, and we get 24. Let's try this with another series of facts. How many dots? How do you know? Here we see 12 dots. We see 2 rows of 6. 6 and 6 is 12, or 6 times 2 is 12. How many dots? How do you know? Here we see 24 dots. We know 6 times 4 is 24, or 4 times 6 is 24. When we double 6, we get 12, and when we double 12, we get 24. How many dots? How do you know? Here we see a total of 48 dots. 6 times 8 is 48, or 8 times 6 is 48. Double 6 is 12. Double 12 is 24, and double 24 is 48. How many dots? How do you know? Here we see a total of 10 dots. 5 times 2 equals 10, and 2 times 5 equals 10. Double 5 is 10. How many dots? How do you know? 5 times 4 equals 20, or 4 times 5 equals 20. When we double 5, we get 10, and when we double 10, we get 20. How many dots? How do you know? 5 times 8 equals 40. Double 5 is 10, double 10 is 20, and double 20 is 40. We can represent our doubles facts by using arrays and number line models. Here on this particular example, we see the fact 3 times 2, 3 times 4, and 3 times 8 modeled both as an array model and as a number line model. I would like for you to pause the video for a few minutes and think about the questions. How are these models the same? How are they different? We can think about extending the strategy to larger numbers. Here I have 8 groups of 75 cents. What is 8 times 75? 75 times 8 is the same as 600. Double 75 is 150. That's the same as 75 times 2. Double 150 is 300. That's the same as 75 times 4. Double 300 is 600. That's the same as 75 times 8. So a game that you can play at home to practice this would involve you using a deck of cards. You're going to want to remove the face cards. That means you don't need the jacks, the queens, the kings, or the jokers. You want to separate out the red 2s, 4s, and 8s from the rest of the cards. That means you want the hearts and the diamonds that are 2s, 4s, and 8s to be in one pile, and the rest of your cards to be in another pile. And then you probably want to have a pencil and paper to create a game board like I just did here, where you see the 2s facts listed out, the 4s facts listed out, and the 8s facts listed out. Remember, you want to use a doubling strategy. If you drew a 2 and a 10, you want to think double 10. Double 10 equals 20, and you're going to cross it off on your game board. Perhaps you drew a 7 and a 4. So for 4s, you're going to think double, double. Double 7 is 14, and double 14 is 28. So I'm going to cross off 28 on my game board. Perhaps you drew a 6 and an 8. For this, you're going to think double, double, double. Double 6 is 12, double 12 is 24, and double 24 is 48. So I'm going to cross off the 48 on my game board. Keep playing until you've crossed off all the numbers. Have fun practicing your basic facts for doubling.